then they send them to you. And you do the same thing. No. At that stage, you have to equip yourself. Now, you can't say that I need to know everything about the internet. No, but you should be able to assess that child, to be able to meet people, to move institutions or find a learning resource center where the child can be with full joy do what he wants. And you may want to do it for 3 days, you may want to do it for 30 days, you may want to do it for 3 years. What is your problem? He is happy. Your main job is to see the number of happy people in the world increases. Now what you are doing? You are only creating miserable guys. With all these tests and standards.
But that's not the teachers who are creating it.
That's not, but the bonus comes on you. You have to take the stress, isn't it?
Yes, but the teachers alone cannot do that. We have to finish examination systems. And we teachers cannot do that. Can we finish off the exam system, the boards, the metric and the O levels? Can we finish that off?
All that can be handled. I'm talking about, my conclusion is for every normal child. What I call every normal child, who in my definition is a genius. I don't believe that any child is born not. We are all become ungeniuses. After 25 years of learning, in the end we don't know how to. We only know how to think straight. Not this way. That. So we are in that particular. Every child is a potential genius. You begin with that assumption. You begin with that assumption, and he can master anything, any examination at any time that he or she wants.
Yes, but like this conference is about freedom to learn. The theme of this conference, and all the speakers, the keynote speakers, the panelists, the trainers, they have all passed through that stream of learning and examination, and they are doctors and masters in their own field. So like they also had like qualifying, if you call it that, for coming to this conference, they had to have a specific and label attached, criteria attached with their names to be able to attend their conference. So I mean, isn't that important somewhere, somehow, most of the times, to be able to fall into a particular category?
You're not suggesting that if you allow the child to learn learn in freedom, then they will not finally be there.
But except unless we're not stopping them to extend.
No, but we are like bound.
So what she's saying is, and even the selection for this conference, some people having titles of PhDs and so on, it may have been the basis for which they have been selected for coming here. I don't think that I was selected, I was invited to come here because of my PhD. I don't think so. The PhD, I don't know who began calling me a doctor.
Excellence through knowledge.
It's people, Beaconhouse called people whom they know in different parts of the world who are interested in the subject of creativity in school. How to try to loosen things up a little bit. Now some people will loosen up a little bit. Some people will say loosen up all the way. I'm the guy who says loosen up all the way. Some guys will say loosen up only this much because they are not sure. Because if they find that they lose, then they themselves might lose their job. I don't have a job to lose. I don't have a job to lose.
So do you think that they are knowledgeable, their experience, they are masters in their own field? But I just meant to say was that they passed through a particular stream of education system for gaining that knowledge experience.
I would say that we must understand.
She went through, she's a very good example. She went through a huge amount of formal learning, even got employed as a lawyer for 4 years and all that. Now, at some stage, you realize you may waste 1 year, you may waste 10 years, but it's better than wasting an entire life.
Sir, that would be a social change. Like Beaconhouse is the best example for this, like in 1975
When they started.
they started that project, and now you can see that initially less people were interested in that, but now many people are sending their kids to the school and they like the playway method and all that. So that would be a social change. And definitely, like let's suppose if we avoid the curriculum and if we avoid the breakups and the syllabus, all this, and we work on the playway method and the creativity and the experiences And then definitely each and every child has the ability, some abilities, like one is a good singer, and then we will have more institutions for the singing, dancing, arts, and so on. So definitely more jobs and more exposure for the kids, and that would be a great social change in the society, I must say.
So you are hopeful that it is possible
Yes,
in the next,
why not?
not next 10 years, but in the next 2 to 3
Yes,
years.
definitely.
That's very good. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I mean, you have reflected actually the transformation of education
Yes.
in Pakistan.
A positive change, a positive social change, which should be
So you
there
will say that you
to
will be-
improve, to progress, to develop more, and to avoid this like metric system and the grades and A plus aa gaya and all that. Like each and every child should know कि उसके अंदर क्या ability है. That should be preferred. What I believe. It will take time, sir, to change the mindset. It will take time, but we need it.
What will be your attitude towards the formal system after that?
Formal system.
Conventional system after that? Do we consider it as a institution to be brushed aside, or in transition, or in conversion? And the teachers, what would be their role in that type of situation?
Like, sir, teachers are most important. Like, they are going to take this step first now, and then gradually the parents, then they will be involved, and then the whole society. But ultimately, what we have to think about is that all the universities where our students are going to appear, they talk about the grades. Are they also going to appreciate us? Like Cambridge system. I taught primary, I taught middle, now I am taking the Cambridge classes. And yes, we concentrate on the grades, ke excel karna hai, star produce karna hai. And Cambridge University is there. Are they also going to appreciate us for this?
Cambridge University will shut down another 5 years.
Thank you. You almost said it. Yes. What I was talking about is that in the US, they used to have the SAT exams. They used to have those which were compulsory. Testing for admissions at the universities. What's happened over time is all those students who used to drop out and who were considered failures, they allowed them to join university and college, and they studied there, and at the end of that they found that they were no different, those who had failed and had not been permitted, to those who had come with good grades and had joined college. Because those who joined it at that time, despite their what is known as failures, quote unquote, they wanted to study, they wanted to learn, they wanted to do whatever they were wanting to study, and therefore they did as well. So it was not that the child was intrinsically a failure as a human being or as a learner, at the school level. So when your question was whether the universities will accept them, the universities did accept them. इसलिए क्योंकि universities खाली होने लगी. They were not being able to fill their universities. They were not being able to raise funds even for themselves. And so they
had a certain merit criteria, right? And the children flunked, definitely.
यूनिवर्सिटीज और यूनिवर्सिटीज खाली होती चली जा रही थी, इसलिए कि ड्रॉप आउट रेट बहुत गया था. उसके बाद they allowed them and they found that those children were no different from the rest of the university.
So that means that whole exclusion itself was a joke.
Was a joke.
It should never have been.
Was a joke or was an experiment like guinea pigs?
No,
The learner who wanted to learn was able to learn. The learner who does not understand that at age 6 he's got to know कि हमारी history ये हमारी history थी और वो उस वक्त नहीं सुनना चाह रहा, तो फिर that child is being forced into that position that he's rejected that. Look at all the recent more successful people, whether you take Steve Jobs or any of these people, I mean they were bloody dropouts. सब के सब dropouts थे. तो कैसे आए? इसलिए कि कुछ उनमें था. And I remember one student of reminder me, मुझे आज तक वो कभी भूलता नहीं, Hassan, that child was forever standing outside the classroom. हर टीचर की क्लास में वो थोड़ा देर बाद, although बड़ी strong policy थी कि बच्चे को क्लास के बाहर ना भेजें, but the child was sent outside the class because he was disruptive. Actually, it kicked the education system. It was not that there was anything wrong with him, you know. And I remember in one of my classes, everybody took to sort of finding out about certain areas. He chose to find out about certain areas that he was interested in. उस दिन की उसकी research अगर तुम देखी तो मुझे लगता है कि this is an A-level research. This is a class 7 or 8, class 7 student, right? I can never forget him because one day he came to me and I think उस पूरे area में 1 साल भी नहीं उसने पूरा किया था. He came to me and he said, Miss, I'm going away. I said, where? I said, and he said, I'm going away to America. So I said, why? What happened? He said, Miss, I just think I cannot learn. So he was going away to America because इस चीज के ऊपर, he said कि when he showed his father my comments on his report, and he said my father agreed. My father agreed to send me away because उसकी तो रिपोर्ट ही इतनी बदतर होती थी कि उसको सारे वक्त 000 के अलावा कुछ नहीं मिल रहा था. And he decided. And I have another friend whose child felt harassment at the school because he was forever questioning from the time he was a kid. And she sent him away also. It was just the transforming, not that place was better or whatever, but it was just a completely different surrounding. Where he was not being judged by his past,
what his past was.
Yes, by his history.
And that happened.
That made a change for him. So I know 2 kids.
Yeah, I agree with you, I totally. You've had these experiences before.
No, everybody has had these
We've got these
experiences.
experiences as students or in the
Lots
family
of
also.
children, yeah, in the family,
Yes, in a
people
family
who
without
had a
children,
rotten
without
time,
children.
then
They're
given an
so-
opportunity, suddenly begin to
demoralized.
flower.
It has become completely different.
The fathers demoralize the child a lot. Honey, they do. Maybe we don't. They even
Because
somehow.
there's no chance to
About the
counsel the
grades and all
parents.
that.
No chance to counsel the parents.
Why did you get these grades? They penalize. Majority of the days. I faced it.
See, but good grades are for what purposes? To get
No,
into the
I
university.
say that. But father doesn't say that. I had my own child exam. My child was seasonally. I didn't say anything. Father said, get out. I spent so much money on it. Whatever.